Many of these words have a different prefix added to them, but the main thing we're looking for in this list is the Latin root struct and tract. So go through and highlight those in different colours, and then you can see on many of these words we've got shun. The TI is making the sh sound, so we've got shun and it's pronounced shun, TION. So you can highlight that as well. Now here you've got the IVE on the end of a couple of them. That's IV, so that vowel sound is short, and the only reason that E is on the end is because English words can't end in V. So we've put that down the bottom here. We've got shun added to a base word changes it to a noun. So that's a very handy thing to remember for tests and for your writing. And IV added to a base word changes it to an adjective. So we've got nouns and some adjectives there, and these words have all got the shun as well. Now do be aware that if the A is making a short vowel sound, like in attraction, it has a double letter after it, so we're going to split it between that double T. So re is a long vowel sound, so we cut that syllable right after the vowel sound. There's quite a lot in this list for you. Now let's go back and look at the meanings of these words. So instruction, so the word struct means build, so just be aware of that as you're going through each of these. But instruction is an order or a direction. It's detailed information on how something should be done. Destruction is damaging something that can't be repaired. Restructure is to change or restore the structure of something. Obstructive means causing a blockage or a deliberate difficulty. Constructive means having a useful purpose. Attraction means appeal or magnetism. Contraction, now tract means, as a base word it can mean large, but as a Latin root word it can mean drag or pull. So just be aware of those two meanings within these words. So contraction is compression or constriction. Distraction means inattention or disruption. Retraction means backtrack or correction. And subtraction means reduction or a decrease. Go through and highlight the roots struct and tract in each of these words in two different colours. Then choose another colour to highlight the shun sound, T-I-O-N. So when you hear shun at the end of a word, you know you're commonly going to write T-I-O-N. Now the only reason we have an E on the end of obstructive and constructive is because English words can't end in V, and we've got a short vowel before that, so the E isn't making that into a long sound. It is a short sound, it, and then the V plus the E, just to make sure the word doesn't end in a V. Go through and highlight anything else you can see in those words, but that should make it a bit easier for you. Fill in the gap with the missing list word. You write those in here. Complete the word, then match to its synonyms. So write the word on the line and then do a link to its synonyms. Write a sentence that includes two list words. So we've given you two words to write in each of those sentences. Down the bottom, match to the picture. Now there are 4 words and there are 5 pictures. Now contraction is the word that has 2 different meanings, and we've tried to show those for you in the pictures here. Don't forget at the end to go back and mark your work. You can use the marking code on the website, and make sure that after you've gone through and coloured these words that you do go through and cover them and write them and check them. If you make any mistake on the page, we want you to rub it out and fix it up so it's a perfect page. Okay, on today's page you just have to cover the word, write it, check to see if you've got it correct and change it if it's wrong. Down here we want you to sort the list words into the table. So your nouns are typically going to end with shun, T-I-O-N, and your adjectives are going to typically end with I-V-E. And when you have to form adverbs, you're going to be adding the ly, which you know. Now the verbs will maybe in their base form or as with an s or a ed or an ing added, and sometimes they also have end with ure, but I didn't write that in because there's so many different forms. So then we want you to change the adjectives into verbs and use in a sentence. So you've got 2 adjectives to change into verbs. Change these list words into adjectives. Use your little hint here, may help you. Change these list words into verbs and use in a sentence, so taking them back to their base form. Then fill in the gap with the missing list word in any form. Now these could be, you may be filling in a noun, a verb, an adjective or an adverb. If it's a verb, make sure it's in its correct tense. On this page we're looking at the Latin roots struct and tract in the first part. So we've given you the definition, you need to just link them to the word to the correct definition, and then insert struct or tract into these spaces to form a complete word. Now then down here it's all about punctuation and capital letters, so what we want you to do here is understand the use of quotation marks to represent dialogue. So highlight all the punctuation in this section. So you're going to be highlighting quotation marks, commas, full stops, apostrophes, question marks, exclamation marks and capital letters. And then in the second part you are then going to have to go through and add the missing punctuation and capital letters to the following dialogue. And this will be the selection of punctuation that you'll have to add into this piece as well.